Good morning, my friend. You've opened your eyes, you're here, and that is already a beautiful beginning. Maybe you've just brewed a cup of tea, or perhaps you're still sitting on the edge of your bed, feeling the gentle slowness, a little stiffness, in a body that has carried you through so many years. But you know what? Each morning is a brand new opportunity. You don't have to race into it. You just have to begin. With gratitude and a quiet sense of intention. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm simply here to remind you. You still have a choice, and each day you choose to care for yourself. You're planting seeds of health, of vitality, and of hope. I'm Dr. Mark Ellis, and this is the Natural Life Shift Hub, where we begin the day, not with noise, but with simple moments that carry deep meaning. So today, are you ready to step into this morning with an open heart and steady feet, together with me? Good evening, I'm Dr. Mark Ellis. If you're watching this video tonight, just before bed, let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly felt like your body was being repaired while you slept? I'm not talking about tossing and turning, falling asleep for a few hours, and waking up groggy. I'm talking about deep sleep, the kind where your body enters a quiet, hidden lab of recovery, where cells, muscles, and nerves work silently, behind the scenes, to heal you. I've worked with thousands of patients over 60, and one thing I hear again and again is this: I sleep through the night, but I still wake up tired. My back hurts, my shoulders ache. I just don't feel better. Does that sound familiar to you? If it does, then I want to share something important with you today. Sleep, when prepared for the right way, is the most powerful form of recovery you already have access to every single night. Picture this: you're getting ready for bed with a small, intentional evening snack, specifically designed to optimize protein absorption. Instead of that protein turning into fat, like it often does after a heavy dinner, it goes straight to work, feeding the muscles that need repair. After a long day of walking, bending, or even just standing too long, I remember one patient, Peter, 71 years old. He came to see me with persistent muscle soreness. After physical therapy, he told me, I eat well, I sleep a solid 8 hours, but I just don't feel any better. So we looked at his evening routine. Turns out Peter was eating late and heavy: rice, meat, rich soups, but no slow-release protein to support muscle repair during sleep. Worse yet, he was eating just 20 minutes before bed, so his stomach was still digesting, while his brain was trying to fall asleep. That's a biological mismatch your body simply can't fix on its own. So we made a simple shift. We swapped out the heavy dinner for a light, healing meal, a warm glass of milk with casein protein. Paired with a few almonds, it helped him relax and slowly fed his muscles with essential amino acids all through the night. 3 weeks later, Peter came back and said, the pain's gone, and in the morning, I feel light, almost like I did in my 40s. Your body is capable of that too, but here's the catch. You need to understand this. Sleep isn't the end of your day. It's the beginning of your body's recovery. When you sleep deeply, your body releases growth hormone, the stuff that helps rebuild muscle and tissue. But if you don't provide the right materials at the right time, your body has nothing to work with. And this is especially true for folks in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. Because after age 50, your body's natural ability to synthesize protein begins to decline. That's why younger people bounce back quickly after sleep, But older adults often don't, unless they know how to support that recovery process. So in the next part of this video, I'll be sharing the key vitamins that help your muscles recover without any medication, a simple breathing method that activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your natural healing mode, and small, easy habits that can dramatically improve your immune system, your bones, and your joints, all while you sleep. If you've ever thought, I just need to sleep and I'll be fine, then I hope you'll stay with me until the very end of this video. Because after tonight, you may never look at sleep the same way again. So are you ready to turn tonight into your own recovery ritual? Let's begin. Let's paint a picture for a moment. You're getting ready for bed on a cool, quiet evening. Maybe there's a light drizzle outside. The air feels still. It's the kind of night that invites you to tuck under a soft blanket and just breathe. No phone, no TV, just the rhythm of your breath and the kind of darkness that makes you feel safe. As you drift towards sleep, your body begins to shift into repair mode. Heart rate slows, blood pressure lowers. Your sympathetic nervous system, the one that runs all day, finally steps aside, and your parasympathetic system, the rest and restore mode, steps in quietly. But here's what most people don't realize. Your muscles, your joints, your connective tissue, all the things that support you through the day, need raw materials if they're going to recover properly while you sleep. This is where vitamins come in, and not just the standard multivitamin. Now you might be thinking, I already take a multivitamin, isn't that enough? Great question, but let me tell you something I've learned. From working with older adults for decades, not all vitamins work the same way at night. And not every body, especially over 50, absorbs them efficiently. In fact, there are 3 nutrients that I see consistently missing in patients who struggle to recover at night: magnesium, vitamin D, and one you might not hear about often, vitamin K2. These aren't just nice-to-have nutrients, they're critical players in rebuilding muscle tissue, supporting strong bones, reducing chronic soreness, and even regulating your sleep quality. Let me share the story of Margaret, a graceful 66-year-old woman who used to be a dance teacher. When I met her, she had persistent lower back pain, restless sleep, and frequent leg cramps in the middle of the night. We ran a few basic tests, and it turned out she was severely low in vitamin D3 and magnesium. Common, yes, but often overlooked. We didn't reach for sleeping pills, no muscle relaxers, no pain medication. We simply adjusted her nighttime routine by adding in the right nutrients at the right time. I suggested magnesium glycinate, a gentle, highly absorbable form, about an hour before bed, and a sublingual dose of vitamin D3 paired with K2 to help her body absorb calcium properly and direct it where it actually needs to go, into the bones, not into the arteries. Just a few small drops, but the impact remarkable. Within 2 weeks. Margaret was sleeping straight through the night, no more cramps, and a month later, she stepped back into the dance studio for the first time in 4 years. Now that's not magic, that's just biology done right. You see, magnesium helps calm the muscles, soothes the nervous system, and supports the natural production of melatonin, your sleep hormone. Vitamin D3 supports tissue healing and nutrient absorption, but without vitamin K2, that calcium might end up in your blood vessels, not your skeleton. It's a delicate balance, and missing just one piece can throw off the whole recovery process. Here, what I want to emphasize, it's not about taking more vitamins. It's about taking the right ones, at the right time, in a way your body can actually use. As we age, digestion slows, enzymes decrease, and our liver and kidneys process nutrients a bit differently. So instead of mega doses and bright-colored pills, focus on small, gentle amounts. Informs your body will recognize and absorb. Forget the flashy supplement ads. Come back to the basics. Smart, simple nutrition. That supports your biology. After 60, now maybe you're wondering, should I try this too? Well, let me ask you, do you sleep 8 hours and still wake up feeling stiff, sore, or foggy? If the answer is yes, then your body might just be missing that subtle nighttime support. Coming up in the next part, I'll share a breathing technique I've taught to patients recovering from surgery, and it's helped many of them sleep deeper and heal faster. It's called parasympathetic breathing activation. Sounds technical, but it's really simple, and I'll guide you through it step by step if you're ready to repair naturally. Without reaching for another pill, you won't want to miss it. Let me ask you something simple. Have you ever noticed, right before you fall asleep, there's a brief, quiet moment, a moment where your thoughts begin to drift, your heartbeat slows, and your whole body seems to just let go? That's not your imagination. That's biology. That's your parasympathetic nervous system gently turning on, the part of your body that handles rest, repair, and recovery. And here's the beautiful part. You can activate it yourself. No pills, no gadgets, just your breath. I once worked with a man named Thomas. He was 73, a retired banker, a sharp thinker, always analyzing, even when he was trying to sleep. He told me, "My body feels tired, but my mind won't stop racing." Sound familiar? If so, you're not alone and you're not broken. You're simply stuck in the wrong gear. See, many of us stay stuck in go mode all day long, even when our bodies are ready to rest. Our nervous system hasn't gotten the memo. So what did I teach Thomas? A simple technique used by recovery specialists and sleep therapists. It's called the 4-7-8 breathing method. I like to call it the bridge between wakefulness and rest. Here's how it works. Breathe in through your nose slowly for 4 seconds. Hold that breath for 7 seconds. Then exhale gently through your mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat it 4 times, and that's it. Now, why does this matter? Because this specific breathing pattern stimulates the vagus nerve, a powerful switch that signals your body it's safe to slow down now. When the vagus nerve is activated, here's what happens. Your heart rate drops, your muscles relax, your immune system comes online, and your brain begins producing GABA, a neurotransmitter that helps you let go of stress. Some of my patients tell me, "Doc, I didn't even realize I fell asleep. I was breathing, and then suddenly it was morning." That's the magic of biology. When you let it work for you, not against you. Now listen, this isn't just some relaxation hack. This is a nightly tool for recovery. I use this same method with patients. Healing from surgery, recovering from chronic fatigue, or navigating light depression. And the best part, you can do it anywhere. Tonight, for free, you don't need another supplement, you don't need another device. Sometimes the most powerful medicine is already within you. You just need to breathe it in. So tonight, before bed, try it. Don't chase sleep, don't force it, just breathe. Like you're sending your body a message. Now is the time to heal. I give myself permission to rest. And if you're wondering, how long should I do it for? Should I do it every night? Here's what I say. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't brush only when you have a cavity. You do it so you don't get one. Same goes for this breath. You don't wait for exhaustion. You use it to build your nightly recovery habit. Coming up next, I'll walk you through a different kind of bedtime ritual. One that starts not with your breath, but with your plate. We'll talk about the best evening snacks that support overnight muscle repair without adding fat or spiking your blood sugar. If you've ever asked yourself, what should I eat before bed? You're going to want to see the next part. After 50, your body starts sending you little signals. Dinner sits heavier. Late-night sweets keep you wired, and when you eat too close to bedtime, you might find yourself dreaming restlessly because your stomach is still awake, while your brain is trying to shut down. Sound familiar? I've heard this from many patients. I don't eat anything after 7 p.m. I'm afraid it'll mess with my sleep. And yet the next morning, they wake up tired, stiff, sore, because their body went through the night, undernourished, and without the tools it needed. To repair, here's the catch. You want your body to heal, but you're scared to eat. You want to sleep soundly, but you go to bed hungry. So here's my question. Is there a way to eat at night that supports deep sleep and also promotes recovery? The answer is yes, but it's not about eating less. It's about eating smart. Now imagine this, it's 8:30 p.m. You're getting ready for bed. You sit down with a warm glass of milk that's been blended with casein protein. Next to it, a few slices of ripe kiwi and a small spoonful of crushed walnuts. Simple, right? But here's why this is one of the most powerful recovery snacks you can give your body. First, the casein. It's a slow-digesting protein, which means it releases amino acids gently and steadily throughout the night, perfect for muscle repair, especially for older adults who are already losing lean muscle mass bit by bit each year. Second, the kiwi. This fruit isn't just high in vitamin C. It's also rich in serotonin, a key building block of melatonin. There's even a study out of Taiwan that showed eating 2 kiwis before bed improved both sleep quality and duration. In older adults, third, the walnuts. They're full of omega-3 and tryptophan, an amino acid that helps the brain produce serotonin and promote relaxation. Let me tell you about Ronald and May, a lovely couple in their 60s. They came to me complaining of joint pain, restless sleep, and early morning fatigue. They said, "We've tried chamomile tea, calming music, even turning off all the lights, but nothing works." I asked them about their dinner routine. They usually ate around 6 p.m., then fasted until morning. No nighttime fuel. We added this light snack, the milk, kiwi, and walnuts, just 1 hour before bed. That was the only change. 10 days later, they came back smiling. "We're waking up with less shoulder pain, feeling more rested," May even said. "I dreamed I was walking through a forest again. It's been years since I remembered a dream." That's the power of a small shift, done with intention. This kind of snack won't make you gain weight. It won't spike your blood sugar. It won't keep you up. In fact, it does the opposite. It nourishes, it soothes, and it prepares your body for healing. Now, if you're wondering, what should I avoid before bed? Here's what I tell my patients. Avoid refined carbs, sugar, caffeine, and heavy animal fats. Those things spike cortisol, your stress hormone, at the exact time you want it low. Do you need to eat this every night? No, just 3 to 4 times a week, especially after a long day of movement, yard work, or any day your body feels worn down. That's when your muscles and joints are crying out for quiet repair. In the final part of this series, I'll share a simple, calming nighttime practice, not just to help you fall asleep, but to help you reconnect with your body. At the end of each day, we'll shift from food to something deeper, a small, gentle ritual that turns bedtime into something sacred again. If you've ever thought of sleep as just the off switch to your day, you might see it differently after this. Tonight, I want to invite you to imagine something a little different. It's nighttime. The house is quiet. No phones buzzing, no TV humming in the background, no blue light glowing from a forgotten screen. Just you, your breathing. A soft, warm glow in the room. And one simple thought: tonight I give myself time to heal. Now that may sound unusual. We've been taught to think of sleep as the end of the day, the part where everything shuts down. No more eatings, no more thinking. Just crash and burn, but I see it differently, and so do many of my patients. Sleep can be a sacred ritual, a return to yourself after a day spent out in the world. Not just recovery of muscles, but restoration of your whole being. Let me tell you about Harriet. She's 78, a spirited, generous woman, always doing something for someone else. She retired years ago, but never really slowed down. She was still teaching painting, tending the garden, caring for her husband, volunteering, helping with the grandkids, busy, always busy. But the body speaks up. When we don't slow down, Harriet started showing signs, aches that wouldn't go away, poor sleep, memory fog, mood swings during our first session. She looked at me with tears in her eyes and said, "I can't remember the last time I went to bed and felt at peace." We didn't begin with prescriptions. No pills, no expensive treatments. I invited her to start with something much simpler, a personal bedtime ritual. Something quiet, something hers, something that felt like saying a soft goodbye to the day and a gentle hello to herself. Every night she started doing just 3 small things. First, she wrote down 3 things she was grateful for that day. Simple stuff. A cup of warm tea, a kind word, or just, "It didn't rain today." Gratitude helped her shift her mind from pressure to peace. Second, she sat in silence for 5 minutes. No books, no music, no trying to fall asleep. Just breathing, just being, like she was inviting her body to rest, rather than forcing it. Third, she placed one hand on her chest and whispered quietly, "I allow myself to rest. I am worthy of restoration." It sounds simple, right? Maybe even a little new age to some, but within 3 weeks, Harriet was sleeping deeply again. No pills, no tricks, and in the morning, her voice was softer, her eyes were brighter, her shoulders lighter. Look, I'm not promising this will change your life overnight, but I will say this, not just as a doctor, but as someone who's watched many people grow older. Your body is listening to you. If only you speak to it with kindness. And what better time to have that conversation than right before sleep, because after 60, the most valuable thing we have isn't just health, it's the feeling that we're still being renewed each and every night. So tonight, if you find yourself with a few quiet moments, try not to rush into bed like it's another task on your list. Instead, step into sleep as if it were a gift you're giving back to yourself, a healing meal, a few slow breaths, and maybe, just maybe, a whispered reminder, I'm still healing, I'm still alive, I'm still whole. I'm Dr. Mark Ellis, and I hope tonight you'll sleep deeply, rest fully, and wake up tomorrow feeling just a little more like you. Because true health isn't just about not being sick, it's about feeling connected to your body, Night after night, sleep well, and I'll see you again in the next chapter of your natural life shift. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. It really lets me know that you enjoyed our time together. And if you know someone else who might be looking for gentle ways to stay healthy, naturally energized, and at peace after 60, please share this video with them by clicking the share button right below. You know, each share doesn't just support me. It might help someone out there find exactly what they've been looking for. And hey, don't forget to click subscribe and tap the little bell icon so you won't miss any future videos. From the Natural Life Shift Hub, I'm always right here, ready to walk alongside you on your journey toward better health, joyful living, and making each day count. Again, thank you so much for choosing to pause here with me today. And please remember, it's never too late to live healthy and to live happy. I'll see you in the next video. Have a peaceful and beautiful day.